want you to know we're trying to cover so much ground with this special, but what we're really trying to do here is trying to just raise questions, open people's minds up so you can do your own homework and make your own decisions. Now, if there is a problem, what about the solutions? Every day we're reminded, do your part to stop global warming and help the environment. Sometimes the people who are reminding us are not doing their part. We're told that it's the little things that can make a big difference. The plastic bags, the low flush toilets, and the bane of my existence, the compact fluorescent light bulb.
This Walmart ad makes their pitch. Can this funny-looking light bulb save the Earth? Well, I hope they know the answer to that is no. Global warming is not going to be stopped by annoying light bulbs, but amazingly, many of the options that are sensible are being opposed by the same people complaining about fossil fuels.
There are a number of existing technologies that if we adopted them aggressively now, we could make a considerable dent in our use of fossil fuels. The most important one, in my estimation, is nuclear energy, because it can immediately replace fossil fuels for electricity production.
Nuclear power is the second largest source of energy in the U.S., giving us about 20% of our power, and it's almost emission-free. But despite the fact that countries like France get more than 70% of their energy from nuclear power, no new licenses have been granted in the U.S. since the 1970s. Why? Environmental panic.
This is what actually drives me nuts, is you've got Greenpeace and other major environmental groups saying that the civilization and the environment are going to be destroyed by global warming, catastrophe, chaos, and all these scary words. And yet, they are unwilling to adopt nuclear energy.
But really, how risky is it?
I don't think there is much of a risk in nuclear energy myself. There's 103 plants operating every day in the U.S., and no one's ever been injured by them.
Look, America should embrace nuclear power, even if it's to get off the foreign oil bandwagon. But is it a worldwide solution? It works well for us, and a few other people like them, and I guess them too. But I really don't want them to have it, or them, and especially not this guy. So what else has to happen?
I think that anybody whose idea about how to fix the world starts off by, first we're going to change human nature, is doomed.
Meet Martin Eberhard. He probably doesn't agree with anything in this special, except maybe for this. It's ideas like his that are part of the solution. Go back 100 years. Henry Ford understood it. He combined innovation and capitalism. He tapped into the consumer market and gave the people what they needed at the time. He was an innovator. Fast forward to now. We need aesthetics, prestige, and power. We don't just have to drive our cars. We really want to. But we'd like to do it without giving our entire life savings and our country to a Middle East dictator. And even if you don't give a crap about the environment, you know how much it costs to fill your tank.
I needed to change the way that people think about electric cars. And that meant we needed to make a car that really broke all of the preconceived notions of what they were.
This is the Tesla, a completely electric sports car. It runs on the same battery as your laptop computer, almost 7,000 of them. At the end of the day, you just plug it in for 3 hours and you're good to go for over 200 miles. And this baby is fast. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. And my favorite part is it doesn't look eco-friendly, which is why people will actually want to buy it.
Part of what's gone wrong with so many electric cars that came along before is that they're built by people who thought of driving as a necessary evil, and that Americans' driving habits are bad, and we're bad people, and we shouldn't do that. And if we would just become better people, why, we could be perfectly happy with this glorified golf cart.
The Tesla hopes to solve 2 major concerns: the CO2 emissions, and more importantly, the male midlife crisis, while looking damn sexy doing it. Now, besides my car, there's another respite I just won't have messed with, and that is, stay out of my house. If you want me to be eco-friendly, make eco-friendly not suck. Welcome to Maine, where the winters are usually cold and the electric bills can get really, really high. But not for Bill Lord, another guy who probably doesn't agree with one word in this special.
On balance, we probably are generating as much as we use, so essentially it's a net zero type of situation. We have to pay slightly more than $7 a month.
His home is completely solar powered. Water and heat completely run through these fancy roof panels.
Favorite part about this house is that it works on our behalf. It is always doing something for us. While we're talking, it's making electricity. While we're talking, it's making hot water.
Look, having a solar-powered house is a small part of the equation. And even if everybody switched to an electric car, that electricity is coming mostly from fossil fuels anyway. But the point is that these technologies will only be adopted when people want to choose them. Then the market will improve on the ideas, make them cheaper, and the world will embrace them as well. That's how it works. And innovative capitalists are the only ones that can make it happen.
I really believe that innovation funneled through the filter of capitalism is where we're going to find the answers to global warming and other problems. Up next, why honest debate on all of these issues surrounding global warming is so important to our American society.